cloudy. Chicago, scattered showers and storms. High of 82 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible. High of 77 and a low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. I'm Logan Page, and that's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Boy, you turn me inside and round and round, side down. Boy, you turn me inside.
All right, it's the afternoon show. Happy Tuesday. Listen, let me tell you something. This radio station has been around for 63 years and counting.
Wow.
It's a long time.
Almost your age.
You know what? I'll let you have that because we all know that I'm younger than you, much younger. You're listening to the afternoon show. You can give us a call at 773-591-1690. And thank you to those that share the show, watch the show, comment on the show. We love you, even if we don't agree with you, okay? And when we do agree with you, kumbaya. What can I say? You know, we say thank you for your service, but do we really support our veterans?
What does that mean? Because veterans, I don't look at veterans, especially ones who did not see combat.
Mm-hmm.
I say it all the time as well. I told you my son is active duty. They are, I think that, well, on average, those who are resourceful can take advantage of a lot of things. Veterans have a certain mindset. And if you have some that are aggressive, you have some that are sort of blasé and maybe used to having the government take care of things for them while they're serving. Or maybe there's some who are just outside of a structure, collapse.
See, I come from a family of veterans.
Yeah.
All of my uncles were veterans. It was the thing.
Were they self-motivated?
See, I wasn't around yet.
See,
these are my great uncles.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next generation didn't follow that same path.
Yeah.
Some did, but most didn't. And I think about my cousin and how she was part of the service. And even my ex-husband was in the Air Force.
Okay.
But I just I hear your point. I hear what you're saying when we say, thank you for your service. What are they fighting for? I never want to minimize that because everyone has their own reason for going.
Sure.
But what breaks my heart is that when they come back, we're still who we are in this society.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So no matter if you fought, no matter if you sided with, no matter if you were a hopping Bob,
right,
you are still a you know what. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Let's get Tommy. Tommy, you're live on WVON.
I wanted to answer a question for you guys very quickly and say good afternoon to all the listening audience. You asked that young lady, were you prepared to come home?
Mm-hmm.
Did they help you? And her comment, both of them, was unequivocally no. Mm-hmm. And then she said the magic thing. She said, I came home in 2008. Well, let me break this down for you. So subtract 6970 from 2008. And Ken, let me try to break something down for you for individuals who's actually been in combat. There's a number of veterans who don't want nothing from the government. Nothing. Not because they hate their government, but because of the stuff that they saw, the things that they know, and the preamble of liberty and justice and democracy, and then you stop and you sit around and you look and you see that it is a process, and you see your own people. There are no words for this kind of stuff, man. And then you want to come up to me or Skip, you don't even my motor. I don't even tell. Man, you say, thank you for my service. Are you serious? I can't even get a damn job. Try that. Goodbye.
All right. Yeah, it's something else. Especially during the heightened racial polarization in this country. I mean, can you imagine seeing action in the First and Second War, Vietnam, Korean conflicts, or even, of course, Iraq, and now Iran, and then people playing you off to the left,
Yeah.
reminding you of your pigmentation?
Of course.
Can
of
you
course.
imagine?
It
They were
doesn't
lynching
change.
soldiers.
It doesn't change. It doesn't change if you a hopping Bob. Do you know?
What's a hopping Bob?
You saw the movie Life, right? You
Yeah,
saw
that
the
was a
guy that
great-
was like,
that
"Can
was-
I shoot him, boss?" You know
Yeah.
him. That's a hopping Bob.
Wait, which one? I gotta say that was a classic.
It was a
A
classic.
deep
but
movie
the
too, by the
point
way.
is, when you say, "What's the matter, Massa? We sick?" That's a hopping Bob.
Wow,
That's somebody
wow.
who is going to
Oh, I remember that scene.
side and turn against his own people in order to if you can't beat them, join them.
Mhm.
Okay, those are the people that have our complexion, but they don't have our same interest. So that's what I'm referring to when I say
Reflection.
hopping Bob.
Mhm.
Hey, Karen, you're live on WVON.
Well, hello. How are you all today?
Doing swell-tastic.
Yes.
And I just love a conversation that makes the audience aware of what really goes on. A lot of my father and brothers, they went to the service and they came back totally different men. And one of the most profound eye-openings for me is when one of my riders was a heroin addict. He was a white guy. And he said, "Miss Hicks, do you know why I do heroin?" And I said, "No." He said, "Because I went out to the service, and a lot of things that I witnessed came back a different person. And to keep me from reliving those moments of going places, killing women and children, and taking things from other countries that we had no business, got addicted." And not only did I hear his story, I heard many stories about what really happens when you go off to this service. And they come back and they're forgotten. And that's why it was such an insult to see how this world catered to a bunch of illegals. And we have our very men,
Come on.
our very own men
Mm.
that went away and they saw the truth. So see, they get out of bond with one another because they can't tell what really happened. Let me tell you why he took heroin. It blew up a town, and he heard a lot of screaming. And as he looked through the smoke, there was a little girl. And as he got ready to grab her hand, somebody shot her head off, and her remains from her head fell on his
Uniform.
addicted to heroin.
Wow.
I have thousands of
Wow.
these stories, but I wish we would really understand what has happened and what we are not aware of. And everybody, all politicians, senators, and all of them get residual pay for the rest of our life. And here, our veterans are downtown, homeless, strung out on drugs, and can't get those moments out of their head. Thank you for this conversation. Love you.
Love
All
you
right,
back.
absolutely. I mean, my point exactly. You know, you go and you fight for a country that still calls you the N-word and treats you the same way. At one point, GI Bill was not even available to black folks.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Can you? Yeah, I can imagine.
That is, I mean, America. So, what is the military person? I should maybe have my. Well, he's active, so I need to have some.
Somebody that's retired.
Right, someone who's recently retired.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear their perspective on, especially because today there is outside of the Iran, we don't have boots on the ground, fortunately, but we're based in those countries around the Middle East, around the world.
Absolutely.
Now that it's like this, are they sitting ducks?
Mm.
Are they because they're not intercepting all of those missiles that are coming from Iran, who was underestimated, quite frankly, from my standpoint.
Are you saying Iran?
Iran.
Okay, you got to speak
I didn't
English.
ran nowhere. Iran.
it-
That's the proper way to.
I understand that, but it's Iran up in here.
Iran up
okay,
in-
this is a black station. You talking about some of these?
Iran.
Yeah.
So Iran is grossly underestimated. They
Yeah.
are sustaining themselves. You can say
Well, they're depleting our missiles.
Uh,
We are being completely depleted financially and military wise. We're going to be out of artillery. And then what? It's going to take us years to replace what they're blowing up.
the world is looking
overnight.
under America's skirt.
Absolutely. This
And
is
that's
dumb
saying
as
that
hell.
She ain't got no panties on.
Okay. Okay. So however you want to put it. Let's get Pianki. Pianki, you're live on WVON.
Well, what do you say when your enemy put bombs on a child
and walk a child up to a group of soldiers and detonate the bomb on the child to kill the soldiers. We are lucky, I say, to be in the United States of America. And as I told you, Ken, Black Americans have not experienced anything that some other ethnic group in the world and also this country have experienced.
And white Americans haven't either. And Hispanics and those many of us who
That
live here.
is human, but you know what it is?
We ain't the
Ken?
only one now.
You know what it is, Ken?
What?
It's human beings.
I agree.
And they do things. You know, you hear the story about the pregnant black woman,
No.
and they split her belly, like unzipping a zipper, and the fetus fall out on the ground, and they stumped it.
So, Bianchi,
Who-
should
hold
we,
on, who is
should we
that?
just,
Let me say what I want to say, and I'm
should
going to
we
hang
just
up.
not
They
talk
grab a
about
child
what happens
by
to
the
us?
ankles and bang their head up against rocks. You know what that happened at? That
No.
was the war between the Yoruba and the Igbo, both black.
Oh,
You want to see
did you hear
something?
about the
Travel
babies that were
to-
fed to alligators back in the days of slavery, where they
Alligators
used them
don't
as
eat
bait?
like that.
That's what
Alligators-
happened. It's been
Alligators
documented.
don't eat like that.
Oh Lord, have
You ever
mercy.
go alligator hunting? You can't
Have
use
no
bait
desire.
like that for them. That's a story.
I have no
He,
desire.
he's from Louisiana, or he lives in Louisiana. So he knows.
So
I'm
you
not
tried
from
to feed a
Louisiana.
baby
I
to
grew
a
up in
alligator?
Missouri. I never experienced those things.
You served in the military, right, Bianchi? If I'm not mistaken.
The military, the selective service was told to leave me alone.
Really now?
All right, we
What
gotta go to
happened?
break.
Hold
we
on, I wanna
gotta
hear
go.
his
No,
story.
no, we gotta go. Thank you so much, guys.
LaDonna.
We gotta go to traffic and weather. We'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVOA.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Granger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Granger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Have you checked out WVON's digital streaming network, Vaughn TV? It's everywhere on Roku, Apple TV Plus, Amazon Fire, on the WVON app, and at VON.TV. Vaughn TV, it's cultural content on purpose.
Hello, Chicagoland. This is your main man, Tio, Mr. Ceasefire Hardiman. I'm inviting all of my friends, associates, and colleagues to tune in to WVON, the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM for the Tio, Mr. Ceasefire Hardiman Show. This show will cover all the hottest topics, including politics, reducing gun violence, and so much more, right here every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM, WVON. Thank you.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash. Fantastic. Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, Stop and go traffic 25 minutes. I-57, Ryan's I-80 slow go 15 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan's I-80 94, stop and go traffic. Due to road work, 23 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, 26-minute delay, 44 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolftown Post Office, stop and go traffic 47 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic 56 minutes. And Eden's, Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing 15 minutes by the 4-2 day. Chicago, scattered showers and storms. High 82 and low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible. High 77 and low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. I'm Megan Page, and that's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
All right. Welcome
You
back.
gotta let that run now. Come
I
on.
know. Give me your love.
Come on.
I tell you.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about the Mary J. Blige version. Yeah. You're listening to the afternoon show. Atiba is out.
Hey Matt, bruh. I'm sorry calling you bruh. Bruh Matt. Man, you jamming, baby.
You've been hanging around them young people.
He jamming.
Yeah, tell you what.
Man,
Atiba's
cut.
still out, as you well know. I spoke to him
Shout out to Atiba.
earlier this
Get
week.
well,
I think
brother
it was
man.
yesterday, and he sounded really good.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, he sounded really good.
See, hey Atiba, you're gonna have to build up an immune system for this sister when you come black.
I tell you what, yeah, because I'm spoiled. I'm ruined.
I know,
okay?
right?
All right.
I know he spoiled the heck out of you, unlike me.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
Thanks for the popcorn. Don't act like you don't. Guys, you're listening to the afternoon show. Make sure you share the show. And just a reminder, we go to break at the 17 to 30 and the 47. Okay. So I want to be as close to those times as possible. I'm still on probation.
You know, and speaking of Atiba, I want to go black.
What about me being on probation? You don't care. You're going back to Atiba.
I'm gonna help you break your probation. Atiba, our next guest is gonna be dynamite.
Yeah. Thank
Filled
you.
with information.
Mhm.
So Atiba, if you're listening, listen in.
It's for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, should I text him and let him know?
No, you don't have to.
He good. He good.
He's listening.
He
He better
good.
be. All right, but the question before we went to break, do our veterans get enough, or should I say, we say thank you for your service, but do we really support our veterans? And you've heard over and over again that does not necessarily happen. Do we think that when we go and serve, that when we come back, it'll be a different day?
See, I think you're speaking of a different era. Veterans are only as resourceful as they want to be resourceful, quite honestly. If you're motivated when you're transitioning out, especially if you haven't seen any conflict, I want to be real clear.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen any, and I've been ROTC, but if you're motivated on what it is your next steps are, you're going to max on those resources because you get bidding preferences at the national level,
Okay.
at the city level, at the county level, and at the state level. So if they're motivated to learn cybersecurity, to get into an HVAC program, to finish college, they're gonna get down. But it's not as if you have to go get it either way you look at it, right? Because we don't have mandatory selective service, if I'm not mistaken. It's all voluntary.
Mm-hmm. Well, according to AP News, about 1/3 of veteran-owned businesses report limited access or capital or financing, compared with about 1/4 of non-veteran-owned businesses. But then there's some other statistics. There are approximately 15.8 million military veterans living in the United States today. Women are the fastest growing veteran population in America. Woo woo. Today, women make up roughly 11% of all U.S. veterans, and that percentage is expected to continue growing as more women serve in the armed forces. And here's one.
How old is that stat? Because there are a lot of women in the military service today that I'm aware of. And 11% seems low.
This is from 2025, January of 2025.
Where's the source?
Veteran Affairs.
Really?
Veterans Affairs.
Huh.
Yes. Anything else? Want the blood type? All right.
Yes.
The next one is
The height and the weight.
Illinois is home to approximately 480,000 veterans, according to the Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs.
What year?
Oh gosh, let me just click on it and get the
You and your
You get the year.
ChatGPT.
Actually, I don't only use ChatGPT. Thank you for
Well, I'm
pointing
not
that
over your
out. But I
shoulder.
will.
I'm
I
never
want
over
to
your
definitely share with everyone that I use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT. I use Google. I use
Perplexity.
Gemini. I don't
Mhm.
use
Why not? 'Cause you got to pay for
I
it.
just don't have it. I pay for the rest of it. I pay for ChatGPT. I have Gemini, and I have Safari. I use different sources,
Yeah.
different platforms,
Totally.
and different
Come on,
you know
spit
what I'm
it out.
trying to say.
That means you're lying. 'Cause you're taking your time. You're going slow.
I ain't got a lot of you, Craig.
Atiba, get
Mark
healthy.
Carter, you're live on WVON. That's how I get you. Let's just get Mark on the line. Hey, Mark.
What up, Mark?
How
King
y'all
Carter.
doing this evening?
So
How
far,
y'all
so
doing
great,
this
my
evening?
brother.
Hey, I just want to make an announcement, and I know most people are going to be surprised. That SOB, Janulius, we would never support him. And so tomorrow and Friday, we're going to be out doing signature petitions for Brandon Johnson because that SOB, like I just said,
Hold on.
Janulius,
We can't talk that way. Like, why are we doing it that way?
I didn't say the words. I didn't say
But
that.
I know what you meant. You know.
The letters.
All right.
Yeah. But I'm saying to our people that no way should they be quiet after this guy fired all these black women, mainly from the Secretary of State, the way he did when he went in, and now he thinks that he's gonna come to the black community because he's coming through those older scared black folks that go with white folks no matter what. Well, our generation is grown now, and we're gonna make the decisions right along with our parents. And we made the decision that we're not going with him.
Thank you, Mark. But we can't.
He'll be on the Rufus.
Yeah, we're not.
The Rufus show tomorrow morning from 7 to 9.
Well, Rufus' show is from 7 to 9.
See, that's what I mean. That's why we can't listen. That's why we on social media. We on social media, on X, and those mediums where we talk to the entire world and the entire city. We got to do something different, y'all.
I'd rather listen. When he's on, I'll be listening to the show
I
tomorrow.
will too.
So, Mark,
I mean, I've gone
call
to a
in.
Trump rally because I want to hear what they have to say.
Oh, man.
At the appropriate time, at the appropriate place.
He makes my stomach turn. I don't really want to hear what he got to say. Just like the lady, I can't think of her name, but I'm not. But anyway, California and Van Buren. California and Van Buren from 4 to 8.
Mark, you can't give petition details of a candidate.
That's
brother.
why I was trying to stop it before we got there. So
why not?
Because we're
We'll get-
regulated by the
yeah, we'll get in some
FCC
trouble.
and we'll get in
Trust
trouble.
me on that one,
There
Mark.
won't be a WVON.
Okay, well, come out for some.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and we're going to prepare for this break. And as we prepare for this break, hug a veteran today. Tell them that.
Or kiss one.
Tell them that you appreciate their service and ask them one question. Would they do it again?
Ask her one question.
Or her, yeah.
What you gonna do?
Would you do it again? I want to know that. Would you do
A
it
lot of
again?
them haven't seen combat. They're going for a skill set.
This is true.
Fortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, amen. All right, guys, we're going to go to break. News, traffic, and weather. And when we come back, it's time to get the National Kidney Foundation up in here.
Hey.
Because like we said, Atiba's out, and this is why.
Yes, get excited.
All right, we'll be right back.
Let's deep dive into today's trending news. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Drug-resistant fungus reported in 23 states. Today, we remember the 1966 Marquette March in the park. Moderna working on Ebola vaccine. And Chris Brown pleads guilty and could miss nearly half of the R&B tour. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM WVON, Berwick, Chicago.
I'm Mike Iden with BIN News Now. The uncontained wildfires burning in Spokane, Washington is burning over 10,000 acres. The fires have also forced nearly 65,000 people to evacuate. The federal government has approved Washington Governor Bob Ferguson's request for FEMA assistance. The request includes funding for 6 counties and 3 tribal organizations. Over 20 Democrat-led states are urging the U.S. Supreme Court to block the Trump administration's new limits on mail-in ballots. The president wants the federal government to take control of voting by mail. The Supreme Court is expected to act within a few days. The murder trial of the man accused of killing Tupac Shakur is set to begin next week in Las Vegas. Dwayne Davis is accused of orchestrating the 1996 murder and faces life in prison without parole if convicted. The trial is set to begin August 10th. Now back to Terry McCready.
President Trump says he's looking forward to Todd Blanche being confirmed as the next Attorney General, especially now that GOP Senators John Cornyn and Tom Tillis have withdrawn their opposition after Blanche gave assurances in writing that a controversial fund is dead.
I thought it would be very fair for people that spent years in prison, people that were treated so badly, for in many cases people that did absolutely nothing wrong. So I view that fund as a positive.
The $1.8 billion fund would have been used to compensate January 6 defendants and others who say they were targeted by the DOJ. However, there is another complication in the action. Blanche's reported comments to anti-abortion activists appear to have cost him a vote. Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine announcing yesterday that she'll oppose Blanche's nomination, citing concerns with his record, including his vow to anti-abortion advocates that he would seek to prohibit the mailing of abortion medication to women nationwide. Missouri's Black Representative Wesley Bell defeating Black former Representative Cori Bush in the Democratic primary. Bell managed to fend off Bush's efforts to make the race a referendum on his support for U.S. aid to Israel. Bell's campaign, together with other allies, outspent Bush by a whopping 27-to-1 ratio, according to Ad Impact. United Democracy Project, the super PAC linked to the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, spent $2 million. That included an ad that slammed Bush for being critical of former Vice President Kamala Harris and the Biden-Harris administration support for Israel. By the way, she did endorse Harris in the 2024 election.
We enforce the law, and because they're doing so, it's racism, but yet their death threats are up by 8,000%, vehicular damage is up 3,300%, assaults up 1,300%.
All right, DHS Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen testifying before the Homeland Security Committee back in June, but now the FBI won't be conducting a civil rights probe into the fatal shooting of a Colombian man in Biddeford, Maine last month. Johan Guerrero was killed by a federal immigration officer. The deadly ICE-involved encounter is the latest in a growing string of clashes between civilians and ICE agents conducting immigration enforcement surges nationwide. The Department of Homeland Security maintains the agent discharged his weapon fearing for public safety after Guerrero allegedly tried to flee from officers. Borders' Tom Homan has acknowledged the agent may not have been properly vetted. I'm Terry McCready for the Black Information Network.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
Tuned in to your favorite WVON personalities on Facebook Live? Don't just watch, like it, love it, share it. Every click helps us grow the conversation and keep the community strong. So remember, like it, love it, share it, Chicago.
When you play the Illinois Lottery, you're generating funds that support education. No matter the prize, Illinois wins. Play all your favorite Illinois Lottery games today to help raise more for education. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 years or older to play. Game odds available at IllinoisLottery.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
When it comes to celebrating our Chicagoland communities, Wintrust is here for it. We're proud to support small businesses in our own backyards, like the UPS Store, your one-stop shop for personal and small business solutions at 460 West Irving Park Road, Suite C in Bensonville, Highland Vans, custom-built and designed vans at 872 Cambridge Drive in Elk Grove Village, Samco Restaurant Equipment, family-owned equipment and small wares, located at 2347 136th Street in Blue Island.
This Friday, join WVON's Rufus Williams and Metra as WVON broadcasts live from Millennium Station from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We'll have special guests and WVON personalities on hand, bringing you the latest from Metra and the community. Metra is a safe, efficient, and clean way to travel throughout the Chicago region. And this year, Metra is celebrating 100 years of electrified transportation. That's this Friday, August 7th, from 7 to 9 a.m. Join WVON and Metra live from Millennium Station.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good evening, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. And Ryan, downtown on 95th, stop and go traffic 25 minutes. I-57, Ryan to I-80, slow go 15 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan to I-80, 94, stop and go traffic due to road work 20 minutes. Stevenson to Sunnyvale Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic 49 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfville Post Office, stop and go traffic 56 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic an hour and 1 minute. Eden's, Montrose Lake Duck, smooth sailing 14 minutes. Your weather for today: Chicago, scattered showers and storms, high of 82 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible, high of 77 and a low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
You know, I feel about you. Ooh. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Now that you know, I feel
about you. I love this song. All right, guys, it's the afternoon show. DJ Ken, DJ Ray. I love it. Oh, you scatting now. I should know what that is.
You hit the note, I guess.
She hasn't been introduced yet. It's bad, dear. Bad. My bad.
Don't let it go to your head now.
Okay, here we go. All right, guys, it's the afternoon show. Hit those phone lines before you even know what we're talking about. 773-591-1690. We appreciate your comments that are coming in on Facebook Live, and we love the fact that you're sharing the show. I mean, you guys
That's
are
a
going
great
bananas.
idea. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely a great
Especially
idea.
with this upcoming guest.
Of course. Of course. All right, guys. So we were just talking about Atiba. Okay. Atiba being out because, you know, I think about how it's important to have when you have a friend such as him. I miss him too, by the way. And knowing that someone was available that donated their kidneys, but also the kidney health aspect of it. and the programs that are available. All of these things are comprehensive,
Yes.
and they're needed for someone like Atiba, someone like myself, someone like you, Ken. You know why? Because he's our friend.
Oh, yeah.
And we still need to know how to keep our kidneys intact.
Love it.
So our next guest has dedicated her career to making sure where you live, what you earn, or the color of your skin doesn't determine your health outcomes. She is the CEO of the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois and a nationally respected healthcare executive and a longtime advocate for health equity. For more than 35 years, she has worked to improve access to healthcare, eliminate disparities, and educate communities about chronic disease prevention. Please help me welcome Jacqueline Burgess. Burgess or Burgess?
Burgess.
I'm glad I got it. Burgess Bishop, CEO of the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois.
Welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, LaDonna and Ken, for having us on today and welcoming the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois to the studio.
Awesome.
course.
We're happy to have you.
And to everyone else, not just the studio, because everyone listening, they're taking notes.
Yes.
You know, before we jump into the work of the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois, I want to acknowledge someone who isn't here with us. Atiba, you mentioned him. We've mentioned him. And because
And we
of
love him.
Absolutely. And he's still alive. I know it sounds like
We
oh my
still
God.
love him.
Absolutely. But he is recovering so well right now.
Praise God.
And he knows what to do. He had to prepare for this day. He had to prepare for this moment in his life. And you mentioned that he was appointed by someone to be part of a task force.
Absolutely, yes. And so what we want to talk about today, what I want to make sure we talk about is the Illinois Kidney Disease Prevention and Education Task Force. And this was a task force that was appointed by the governor, the co-chairs, and key advocates that helped to have this task force established, Senator Maddie Hunter and Representative Maurice West. They are the co-chairs of the task force, and Atiba was one of the task force members. There's 14 members. We, get to that.
Yeah.
He was appointed as a representative of a person with lived experience.
That's powerful.
It is
And
powerful.
typically how this formation of this commission is a legislator in the House or the Senate introduces, in this case, State Representative West out of Rockford, great guy, and my state senator, Maddie Hunter. Right.
Absolutely.
They introduce the legislation.
Yes.
And they say the speaker, the Senate president, and the minority leaders, you have to appoint people, and they submit names, and it's a great task force, and it's a timely subject. So,
And
but that's how it's
even-
formulated.
And with it being such a great task force.
Coming from legislators.
You know what, Ken? I'm gonna get you.
You
Okay,
better.
wait till that break. Okay, what is the Illinois Kidney Disease Prevention and Education Task Force? Many people may have never heard of it, but what is the task force, and why was it created, and what is it trying to accomplish?
Thank you very much. So with the task force, we were appointed to really design and provide a roadmap to advance kidney health across the continuum for persons that are at risk for kidney disease, that we look at some of those prevention aspects as well as early detection, and then to really, hopefully, with the goal of keeping people from progressing, but, understanding the 5 stages and that people progress through to kidney failure. So what we wanted to do is have that roadmap to focus on the prevention and recognize all segments and what the resources that can be available to persons that have lived experience as well as their
We want to hear this.
So what has happened, the task force has completed the report. I have it here. It's a 13-page report that provides that roadmap. It has been completed and submitted, and it has been submitted to the Illinois Department of Public Health, and we know that, they will be releasing it. We felt that today it was good to remind people of the task force and inform people. So it's a combination of informing the listeners and the public that task force was created talking about, as you said, some of the outputs, recommendations, and then making sure they are aware of that so that we can continue to move forward. And we again know that the report will be released, and we're really looking forward, to that.
But what are we saying though?
So
'Cause
what
I
we're
hear-
what are we
I-
looking
absolutely
forward
right.
to?
So let me talk
Exactly.
about. So there were 4 subcommittees. All right. So again, it's a roadmap to advance kidney health. And so what does that mean? It sounds good. What does that mean?
Yeah.
So what it means is this: if we look at nationwide, that there's 37 million people that have kidney disease, of which 90% are not aware. Because it's a downstream disease, meaning you
Whoa.
you don't see the symptoms. 1 in 3 people are at risk. And so let's translate that
Whoa.
and make it relevant, even though we know you're nationwide. Let's make it a little relevant for Illinois. So for us, that means about 1.4 million people in the state of Illinois have kidney disease, of which about 1.3 are not even aware they have it.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on.
It's a progressive
Hold,
because
Jackie.
oh,
Woo,
okay.
you are blowing me away with this.
Right.
All right,
I
and
would never have known that.
and partly because it is what we call that downstream. The symptoms don't appear until later. So the key with kidney disease is to get tested, to understand your risk factors, and to get tested.
Exactly. I tell you what, we're going to take a real quick break. Traffic and weather. When we come back, we're going to ask more about
Absolutely.
what does that mean.
Yes.
Okay,
And
good.
how can we prevent it?
Exactly.
That's the purpose of the task force. I wanna
We'll
hear
be
this.
right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
I'm your Magnolia Blues man, Sir Henry Cheatham, inviting you to join us. WVON 1690 for some real American music and culture. Here on Classic Blues and R&B. Check us out Saturday, 11 p.m. until 2 a.m. on WVON and Classic Blues and R&B.
Summer is here, the season of sunshine, swimming, picnics, and the freedom to have fun and enjoy yourself. United Fidelity Bank believes freedom starts with smart savings. Whether you're hanging with friends and family or enjoying a summer night, your money should still be working for you. Open a United Fidelity Bank 18-month certificate of deposit with a 4.25% annual percentage yield. It's a simple, steady way to grow your savings, letting your money work for you. At United Fidelity Bank, they focus on you, your needs, your goals, your questions. Their personal service is something you will not find at a big box bank. Get the experience you need and the service you deserve. Stop by their Chicago flagship branch at 1701 West 87th Street to open your 18-month 4.25% APY CD today, or visit UnitedFidelity.com. United Fidelity Bank, where your summer of smart savings begins. Rates subject to change at any time. CDs renew automatically at the standard rate in effect at the time of renewal unless instructed otherwise. Member FDIC.
Your outfits, grab your crew, and get on board with the Me Plus 3 special starting at $1,000 per person. This time, join the Foundation Fantastic Voyage 2025 cruise will be fun, entertaining, and this will be a once-in-a-lifetime event with seminars, fitness workouts, parades, concerts, and much more starting at $1,000. Call 214-495-1963 to book your Me Plus 3 cabin. Prices are based on 4 passengers in the cabin, so book today while they last and before cabins are sold out.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This Friday, join WVON's Rufus Williams and Metra as WVON broadcasts live from Millennium Station from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We'll have special guests and WVON personalities on hand, bringing you the latest from Metra and the community. Metra is a safe, efficient, and clean way to travel throughout the Chicago region. And this year, Metra is celebrating 100 years of electrified transportation. That's this Friday, August 7th, from 7 to 9 a.m. Join WVON and Metra live from Millennium Station.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Hey Chicago, hey, I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, stop and go traffic, 29 minutes. I-57 rides, I-81 minute delay, 16 minutes. Bishop Ford rides, I-80, 94 stop and go traffic due to road work, 20 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive. To the Tri-State, there is a 26-minute delay, 43 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfson Post Office, stop and go traffic, 1 hour. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic, 1 hour and 3 minutes. And Eden's Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing, 15 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, scattered showers and storms. I-82 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible. I-77 and a low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. I'm Logan Page, and that's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
All right. It's the afternoon show. Dr. LaDonna Ray and State Rep Ken Duncan.
What I am, Doctor.
I know that's right.
Thank you for letting me beat myself.
Look, I love
Brother
it
Matt.
when you're being yourself. Sometimes.
Mandatory for me. I'm is who I'm is.
Yeah. It gets hot in here when you do it, though. I'm very, 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 very ready to
Me and my
just
herringbone shirt.
have a conversation of the mind.
You don't get her boyfriend a shirt like this, Miss Jackie.
No, I probably won't. But anyway,
I bet he won't one.
I bet we. Anyway, Miss Jackie, thank you so much again for joining us to talk about the Illinois Kidney Disease Prevention and Education Task Force. You being the CEO of the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois, I definitely appreciate you coming and unpacking that whole task force thing. Because when I think of task force, I think about G.I. Joe jumping down from a helicopter, and that's the task force.
She ain't been nowhere, Doc.
But you were talking about the subcommittees, and I'm just thinking subcommittee for this and that. So what? What does that have to do with me that might be 1 in 3 that has kidney disease?
Phenomenal question. The so what is that by pulling together a task force that includes some of subject matter experts, advocates, persons with lived experience, and turning that in to the state legislature, it can be a source of funding.
Yes.
It provides evidence-based information. It provides information from the persons that, like Atiba, and Monica Fox, who's also on the task force, and she's our vice president for advocacy and external affairs. It provides a multitude and really a 360 view of the condition so that elected officials can hear it.
Yes.
And then they can state, we need to fund XYZ, and we can tell what that is. We need to fund the recommended initiatives to change the trajectory of this disease.
Absolutely.
And help persons with it as well as their caregivers.
Yeah.
That's the so what.
And that so what is a great question, and I love your response. It is 1,000% factual. And I mentioned State Senator Maddie Hunter, State Representative Maurice West out in Rockford, because their goal is to add value and to help get this major health concern, especially on the prevention side, funded. And so, you know how they say, oh, we're going to do a study. This is the study. This is the intelligence that Jackie, you as the leader and the CEO of Illinois, help and Atiba and other members of the task force are providing so we can get to the real prevention dollars and resources and possibly make some things mandatory to be covered by insurance or in health trainings and teaching, because you just scared me. You said 1 out of 3.
That is scary. Like if she said 1 out of 10, okay. But 1 out of 3?
So
It's three of us sitting here.
yes, right? Can you extrapolate on that, Miss Jackie?
Absolutely. So when we look at, the 1 in 3, we understand that for kidney disease, hypertension, diabetes, and hypertension are leading factors, leading causes. There are, and we always state, genetic factors that also contribute to kidney disease.
What percentage? I just want to real quick of it. What's the genetic disposition or composition that needs to?
It's
be
more
there?
in the 20%.
It's low.
But it's impactful for those that have it, that are experiencing it. And it goes back to other issues that come up with chronic conditions. It's called knowing your family history. Okay.
You
But
gotta know
if
your
they
family
if they
first.
don't know okay.
Sorry.
If they don't know the family
That's another show.
history, if they don't know the family history, they don't know that perhaps other members of their family, they need to get tested to find out, and then the diagnosis and subsequent treatments can start.
Is this included in a regular physical? If I go get a physical every year, is that the place to get tested for all of this?
It is part of the testing. Usually what happens, you get through your metabolic tests, you'll find out your EGFR, which is how well your kidneys function. When we talked about those 5 stages, what often is not included though is the urine test, a UACR, because that shares and advises your provider about the extent of kidney damage.
Wow.
And so what we do at the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois and the National Kidney Foundation is include and that makes sure that testing is informed. We work with primary care providers. And here in Illinois, you may have seen our orange van, the Kidney Mobile, as we go throughout the state.
Oh, that's why you're wearing orange.
That's why I'm wearing orange.
I love it.
Well,
That's
why
right.
is it orange? The kidney's red, isn't it? I mean,
Well,
that's a crazy question.
Well,
I'm just wondering.
if they're watching on Facebook Live, they'll see what she's wearing.
Okay,
Maybe
all
they'll
right.
see red.
So maybe.
But I'm saying the kidney mobile is
So
orange.
with the Kidney Mobile and what we do, we gather information about your BMI, your weight. We test for diabetes, remembering that diabetes and hypertension are the leading causes, for kidney disease.
What if someone's pre-diabetic?
If they're pre-diabetic, the numbers would reveal that. So for our Kidney Mobile, the other advantage that we have is that we have medical consultants that, because there's this point of care testing. So what's the use of going into a library, a church, a community-based organization, handing a person, hi, these are your scores, if there's no one to interpret it for them.
Right.
And
that's
so
what
what we
doctors do.
do,
You just get a mind
that's
chart.
Or
that's what-
nurses.
well, that's when you assume everybody has a doctor.
Oh,
Ooh, check that.
wow, the mic just dropped.
Hold on, let's
Or-
let that
or-
pause for a second.
No, we can't.
Or,
We-
okay,
we
it
only
has
get 60
has
seconds.
access to a provider,
Right.
and so as we go through with communities, and with one thing I definitely want to state is that kidney disease is an issue of health disparities and health equity. That Blacks are 4 times more likely to have kidney disease. Latina, Hispanics, 1.3 times. It is definitely an issue of health equity. And-
I wonder about,
She's cooking.
and she is cooking, absolutely. And we're going to go to break in just a second. I think about how even our grocery stores and food placement is, and we're so inundated with sodas and foods that kind of lead to all of these heart diseases, kidney diseases, and so on and so forth. Is that part of the problem? Or is it something that is genetic with us more so than diet? Can we answer that on the other side of the break,
Yes.
guys? Because we're going to
Yes.
go to news, traffic,
Yes.
and weather. When we come back, more from Jackie.
The importance of nutrition.
That's right. We'll talk about
Can't
the
wait.
importance of say it again, Jackie.
The importance of nutrition.
Black
When we-
people.
when we come back.
Good afternoon, Chicago. The weekend is in sight. I'm Logan Page, and here it's happening in your local and national news. Today marks the anniversary of when the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. and other activists marched to Market Park in August 1966 to protest housing and discrimination. WVON's Annette Flournoy has more.
It was 60 years ago today that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was hit in the back of the head with a rock during a march in Marquette Park against Chicago's racist redlining practices. Over the weekend, his daughter, Dr. Bernice King, stood in the very same spot where Dr. King was met with a hateful, angry white mob hurling rocks and Molotov cocktails.
Together today at a moment of trembling when the cry for justice has become too loud to ignore. When the winds of history has shifted and called us to stand with courage that does not shrink.
She was joined by Mayor Brandon Johnson, Chicago's own legendary rapper Common, and hundreds of marchers to commemorate the 60th anniversary with a peace march. Annette Flournoy, Our News Now, 1690 WVON.
In other news, cases of the drug-resistant fungus Candida auris have been detected in 23 states this year, with more than 3,100 infections reported nationwide. The fungus primarily spreads in hospitals and long-term care facilities, posing the greatest risk to people who are already seriously ill. Texas, Michigan, and Illinois have reported the highest case counts. Health officials say the fungus is difficult to treat because many strains are resistant to common antifungal medications. In other news, Moderna is working on a vaccine for Ebola, which has killed 1,600 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Moderna says the first phase of a trial will look at safety and how it is tolerated among dozens of people in Canada. Vaccine approval could be anywhere from months to years away. Conditions on the ground in Congo are said to be dire, with hospitals overwhelmed. And singer Chris Brown could face up to 3 years in prison after pleading guilty in a criminal case. The potential sentence may affect his upcoming tour schedule, with reports indicating he could miss a significant portion of the shows. Further details on sentencing and the impact on his performances are expected as the case moves forward. I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
Join the WVON team as we broadcast live from the Law Office of Theodore London, Thursday, August 6th from 12 to 6 p.m. at 1718 East 87th Street in Chicago. Join in the fun and conversation.
This is Kamini Khan, certified financial planner professional. For the past year, I've been on a mission to change lives and build wealth in our community. Together, we're changing the paradigm. This year, I'm back with a new series, Wealth Strategies Money Talks. Join me every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on the Rufus Williams Show as we have thoughtful discussions around building wealth in our community. We'll discuss topics like investing, savings, tax strategies, retirement, and all things money. Yes, that's Tuesday at 8:30 a.m., so set those alarms. Also, be sure to check out the podcast at WVONWealthShow.com.
Komini Khan is a certified financial planner professional with Optimal Planning Partners in alliance with Equitable Advisors, LLC member SIPC in Oak Brook, Illinois. For more information, please call 630-575-5046.
Bel Air is coming back for a final season on Peacock, and in the end, it is all love. Will and Carlton start their senior years and look towards building their futures, while the brotherhood between Phil and Jeffrey is tested. And on top of that, Viv, Ashley, and Hillary all face new eras of their own. This chapter may be closing, but their journeys are just beginning. Stream the final season of Bel Air now only on Peacock.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
It's Rufus Williams.
Chris, good morning. Welcome to VON.
Ain't no jive on the morning drive with Rufus Williams. Thank you, brother.
Weekdays at 7 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Greetings, WVON family. It's your brother and friend, Bomani Obadeli of the Activist Hour. Join me on Saturday mornings as we discuss a holistic and public health approach to addressing community violence. We will also be discussing ways that we can create a safe, peaceful, economically thriving, and healthy communities. Join me Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. on WVON for the Activist Hour.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. We are halfway through the work week. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic, 35 minutes. I-57, right I-80, 9-minute delay, 24 minutes. Bishop Ford, right I-80, 94. Stop and go traffic due to road work, 21 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, 18-minute delay, 36 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfsville Post Office, stop and go traffic, 45 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic, 58 minutes. And Edens, Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing, 15 minutes. The weather for today, Chicago, scattered showers and storms. I-82 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible. I-77 and a low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. I'm Logan Page, and that's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1698.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
All right, it's the afternoon show. LaDonna Ray, Ken Duncan, and of course, we are here with Miss Jackie Burgess Bishop from the Kidney Foundation of Illinois. I have a question for you guys out there. When was the last time you had your kidneys checked? Do you even know there was a simple screening available? Did you even think to ask what the health of your kidneys were when you went to the doctor? Or did you just hope for the best? Because I can tell you, my father, I took him to the doctor, or the doctor came to visit him, I should say. And they did an x-ray, full body x-ray, and they said everything was fine. But that's because they were looking for something specific. It's not a full body scan, head to toe, diagnostic type of visit. And he was okay with that, but I wasn't. So I had to call a different doctor to get a more specific scan and find, and get the information, the updated information. And
thank God for daughters.
Well, you know what? Thank God for technology, but you got to ask the right questions.
Yes,
even
absolutely.
if you're afraid of doctors, because it still happens, people aren't very
They're
comfortable going to
intimidated.
doctors. But what they need to do is they need to not, if you're not willing to give or trust the doctors, at least trust the process, trust the results, so that you know what to do. If you don't, it doesn't just go away. Yeah. Before we went to break, you were talking about the nutrition and the food when it comes to kidney health. And I know I don't want people to think, oh, we know diet and exercise. We know. But what can you tell our audience that they need to look out for
Can
when it
impact
comes
their behavior.
The access to nutrition and the importance of nutrition for persons that are affected by kidney disease is extremely important. Factors like looking at their phosphorus, potassium, protein intake. If you have been diagnosed, with kidney disease from the prevention end, again, remembering diabetes, hypertension. So what happens from the nutrition? What are you doing to help control your diet so that it does not contribute to those you getting those diseases? Again, and I'm gonna put on the side hereditary issues, right? But in terms of what is the sodium intake? Are you getting its lifestyle, its nutrition? What is your sodium intake? What is your intake from key vitamins, et cetera, that you need? And from that standpoint, getting a really professional, it's wonderful to get professional advice because there's so much out there.
It is.
And it's so much on
Overwhelming.
overwhelming on the internet. And what is your balance and what is unique to you? So one thing that I did mention to LaDonna, I wanted to bring up that on August 27th, we are having a webinar on lifestyle nutrition and slowing the progression of kidney disease. If people sign in to our website at www.nkfi.org, they can look for that webinar. It is going to be conducted by Dr. Andrew Kowalski. And we have a segment that we work with and continue with ongoing education and it's called the Renal Council, and it is comprised, the Illinois Renal Council, and it is comprised of clinical nutritionists that provide that information that is needed, that can work with patients. You talk about meal preparation. I don't mind sharing, I attended you were talking about positions. I attended a visit with someone that is really with my god sister, and she was given the number of grams of sodium that she's not supposed to have. So what happens with that, and it's for the average person, it's like, how does that translate? How does that translate to what I'm buying in the store? How does that translate to meal preparation? And how can I be aided with and supported with compliance with that? So those are factors that are part of the equation as well, in terms of knowing what to buy, knowing what is unique to you. There are parameters, and then going to the professionals to get that type of support. So
reading back those labels are very important.
Yes, and so that's why I wanted to to indicate to individuals, if they want to tune in, they'll hear some information about that.
How about getting a private chef? I love it. All right. We hear all of these commercials that come up about the GLP-1. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yes. So let's go there.
There's so much conversation about GLP-1 medications for the purpose of losing weight. But most people think of them as just weight loss drugs, but diabetes medication to lose weight. I mean, what are we doing here?
So I was thinking of how to like shrink it down. So anyway, from the standpoint with the GLP-1s, they have been phenomenal in impacting persons that are at either early stages, maybe they're stage 1, 2, kidney disease, after you get tested and they look at what your numbers are. They provide a form of, medication treatment that again can slow the progression of kidney disease, help control with your heart condition if you have that, and or your diabetes. And so GLP-1s have made a huge difference. And there's a whole realm now. Well, it's been around for a while, but I would say it is really more known to the public, and it's called CKM, standing for cardiac, kidney, and metabolic functioning, understanding they all work together. And so the GLP-1s have been really helpful in terms of, and with the providers prescribing those, not just for weight loss, although weight loss is a benefit, but also for the additional benefit, for your health and well-being and your medical condition.
I'm glad you clarified that, because for some reason I was talking to Alexa today on
your Alexa device.
Yes.
Okay.
My kids got it for me for Father's Day.
Sure they did.
For Father's Day.
Yeah.
Because I'm a father. And fathers, if you want to live long,
get Alexa.
Get you a metabolic, cardiac, kidney test or breakdown assessment, and be deliberate, be intentional. How do we get people motivated to really take serious what we're talking about, so we can prevent that 1 in 3 kidney? 1 in 3 people are susceptible to kidney disease.
Right.
And Natalie, we see you holding, so don't hang up. Go ahead.
It begins with awareness, education, and translating that to action. It's exactly what you said, but people aren't even aware. So in terms of the awareness, the education, when you provide people with that, and then having them go to to their family.
Yes.
Did grandma have diabetes? Oh, she did. Grandma, her sister, her brother, and then you find out I'm at risk.
Or they may have been undiagnosed.
Exactly, undiagnosed. And so what happens is knowing those risk factors, and you find out you're at risk. And if you're at risk, definitely get tested. You know, if you have diabetes, you have hypertension, heart disease, and heart failure, get tested because there's a high probability. There's a probability. I want to say that there's a probability there may be challenges with your kidneys.
Let's go ahead and grab Natalie real quick before we take this break. Hey, Natalie, you're live on WVON.
Hello, LaDonna. Hello, Ken. And
How you doing, Natalie?
Can I hear?
I'm fine. Thank you, Ken. Ms. Bird, just have one quick question. Many years ago, I was watching 2020 or something like that, and a doctor was treating a little boy for he had all these issues with extreme allergies, and he made a statement because he was treating him with a water therapy, but he made a statement that if you can almost wash away anything by drinking half your body weight in ounces. Was that medically accurate, or was that just something he was stating because he was treating his allergies? Is that a medically true statement that you can wash away almost anything if you drink half your body weight in ounces in water? Half your body weight in
Thank you, Natalie. We get it. Thank you.
So
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a great question, Natalie. What I want to state is I am not a licensed medical, physician or medical professional. And with that specific question, we would be glad to bring back some of our nephrologists, other colleagues that we work with that could directly answer that question. But I will say it's an interesting statement, and I recommend that perhaps you may or may not want to get a second opinion in reference to that. But we've had them on before with WVON.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that. And having someone
So
that
we'll
do that, bring them back.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to go to traffic and weather. Light the phone lines up, 773-591-1690. We want to know what other programs that the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois has so that we can move forward with a better health. It's time to go back to school and maybe time to go back to the doctor. We'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats, and get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey family, it's me again, Joan Colasso, Executive and Artistic Director of the amazing Timeless Gifts Performing Arts Program for youth and young adults. It's been a great summer, and now it's time for you to see the incredible talent we've been cultivating in 2026. As we present a Timeless Gifts Review, Sunday, August 9th at the Logan Center. Come and enjoy this amazing musical journey as we share some of our best experiences and productions over our 16 years, like Timeless, a musical review, Hit Me, Once a Hit, Always a Hit, and from our international tour in Milan, Italy, and much more. That's Sunday, August 9th at the Logan Center, 915 East 60th Street. For tickets and information, go to ticketfalcon.com/TG Summer 2026 and find us on social media at TimelessGifts_Chicago or call us at 312-808-0005.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Bel Air is coming back for a final season on Peacock, and in the end, it is all love. Will and Carlton start their senior years and look towards building their futures, while the brotherhood between Phil and Jeffrey is tested. And on top of that, Viv, Ashley, and Hillary all face new eras of their own. This chapter may be closing, but their journeys are just beginning. Stream the final season of Bel Air now only on Peacock.
Ada S. McKinley has a fantastic early learning and childcare program for kids from birth to age 5. Give your child a strong start. Quality childcare at 13 locations. Free and affordable options. Full days that are convenient for parents. Home-based services for expectant moms and their kids. And they welcome children with disabilities. Limited space available. Enroll now. Call 773-780-0050 or visit adasmckinley.org. This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown 95th, slow go 35 minutes. I-57, Ryan to I-80, slow moving traffic 19 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan to I-80, 94, slow moving traffic due to roadwork 27 minutes. Stevenson due to Sumble, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic 37 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolf to Post Office is at a snail speed 44 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic 56 minutes. And Edens, Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing 15 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, scattered showers and storms, high of 82 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible, high of 77 and a low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. I'm Logan Page, and that's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
You know, this song brings back memories. I was in a play called From Slavery to the White House. Shout out to Phoenix because she was the playwright.
Mm-hmm.
And this song, we had to learn dance steps. I was like, are you serious?
If you're live theater, yeah. Dancing.
I've never been in a play. I've been in about 300 of them, and I've never had to dance. And this one, I'm out of breath now thinking about it. But we had to rock our hips from side to side.
Well, you can't do that if you have diabetes.
So shout out to Phoenix Tyler because she broke out my hips. What is your look for?
You just like you shouting somebody out, and we got Miss Jackie Burgess Bishop here.
I appreciate you busting me out, but everybody can get their flowers on this show. Miss Jackie, thank you so much.
Give them some roses with some thorns in it.
Exactly. I want to go into, we were talking about caregivers, we were talking about health workers. That, you know, if we go to that, that's an important point that we must touch on. You mentioned community health workers earlier.
Yes.
These aren't just volunteers, correct? They're people that are trained individuals.
They are
that
trained
know, tell us about that.
individuals that are trusted in their respective communities, and that's very important. What we have done with the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois, along with a coalition of some partners, we have developed a curriculum that is kidney focused. So what happens, the community health workers go through what we call a traditional community health worker curriculum, and then 2 weeks at minimum of that curriculum is focused on kidney disease so that they can understand and be able to work with persons that are going through kidney disease, at risk for kidney disease. They can accompany people to their appointments. Remember, we were talking about that.
Advocate for them.
They can advocate for them. They can be the one listening. They can be the one that may interject depending on, they'll work that out with the
They
person
know what
they're
questions
working.
to ask.
Exactly.
Oh my
Because we
gosh.
all get in and it's kind of like a little
Freeze
brain
up.
freeze.
Yeah.
Learning
yeah.
on the
And so
job.
they'll work with the person, have them write their questions out. So the community health workers are just phenomenal. And we're really thrilled that we have community health workers that are trained.
How long did you say that program is?
Ooh, I'm going to get back with,
Okay,
get back
okay,
with you on
okay.
that because I don't want to state the wrong,
Is
the
it
wrong
like a
time frame.
1 day, 2 days?
Oh, no.
A
Weeks,
week?
weeks.
Oh, weeks.
Weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weeks, it's 6 weeks. And then for the community health worker piece, and then the specialty piece for kidney disease is another 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. With that, but they go, that's part of our Take Charge curriculum. The
Mhm.
community health worker curriculum has an entire program, and there's organizations that are engaged with that
Mhm.
and work with that as well. So speaking of take charge, that is an empowerment. What happens when we go through medical issues, health issues, we feel vulnerable, we
Defeated.
feel victimized.
Yeah.
And so what this program allows, we call it Take Charge, is a self-empowerment where you learn how to take care of yourself, talking about diet, that exercise. You have an opportunity to share information with other persons that are going through comparable situations. And that's the one that has, that I was talking about before, that has the weeks that go through, and it's aligned with that self-empowerment program for diabetes, but also we have the extra time for kidney disease, and it's facilitated. Caregivers can participate
Mhm.
as well in that program. We have one coming up Tuesday, August 11th, and it goes through September 29th. So when
Oh,
you were
wow.
going, is it 2 days a day? No. So that's not the community health worker. That's our Take Charge program.
But you
There
learn
are
a lot.
community health worker curriculums that people can go online
Yeah.
and find out about.
I love that
Keith?
because not only are you learning for a particular person, that knowledge doesn't go away.
Right.
No,
And then you
exactly.
can apply it to your own
Own-
health
and your family.
and someone
So-
else.
And so that's our Take Charge program. And there are curriculums for community health workers that are several weeks. It's
Yeah.
just to let you know, not far from being a day. One thing I wanted to say about the Kidney Mobile on August 12th will be at the Calumet City Library.
Okay. I want to hear that's near
Yeah.
some people.
Right.
You said know some people.
So I think this is very powerful information. What else? What is it that maybe you have dreamed of as the CEO of the Kidney Foundation of Illinois that should come out of that task force?
Funding we are looking, for example, we would love to get a relationship with the Ad Council that
Mm.
could provide some type of pro bono advertisement for us as part of that education, that general education that can also be moved into action. We also partner with faith-based organizations.
Okay.
So to be able to have funding, to have more programs where people are. You have to go to where people
Right.
are.
Is there a way? Is there a way that you can put into your task force findings? I know the report's coming out soon.
Mhm.
Mandatory engagement with schools, with primary healthcare providers, high
Yes.
schools, et cetera.
That's what we're looking with the primary healthcare, with the primary care providers. That's what we would love to see in terms of that they would go through and make sure that kidney disease and testing is addressed, and that there's funding for that outside of even in that early prevention stage. You know what happens, as you know, the healthcare system is tends to be more on the end of after you have the disease.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right.
Reactive.
So when we want to do is be more proactive.
Last question: What should Atiba be doing right now in his healing process?
Yeah, what she be doing?
I'm sorry, I'm smiling because we know Atiba, we know he's doing that in terms of his exercise routine, because we had talked to him. Atiba has worked with us for years. And so with that, anyway, the exercise routine, the diet, keeping with the diet, the medications, because, there are immunosuppressive medications that persons that have had transplants must be on. His visits to his team, to his transplant team, as well as social interaction.
Oh, okay. See,
Okay.
we tell
Okay.
him
All
all
right.
his business.
They say social interaction.
That's right. Social interaction.
Come back to work, Atiba.
No, that's not what she meant.
No, and on that note, I want to talk about our podcast. And we've now moved to Can TV. So
Nice.
with that, we're doing the actual production at Can TV.
Good.
Shout out to Darius. Anyway, so the other thing is at Can TV, but you can find us on YouTube. And in fact, tomorrow we release a new episode.
All right.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking
Starring Jackie
No.
Burgess.
No.
You're not the lead?
Not at all. We have two phenomenal team members. One is Monica Fox, a two-time kidney transplant recipient, of which the last time her daughter gave her living donor.
Everybody
was her living donor.
Yeah, make sure you
And
guys check it out. I
yes,
gotta go to
it's-
break.
Okay.
But Jacqueline Burgess,
Mhm.
Bishop, CEO of the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois, thank you so much for joining
You're
the
welcome.
afternoon
Awesome.
show.
Okay.
And we appreciate everything. You come back now. You hear?
Okay. Thank you for having us.
You're great.
All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to put how you can get involved with the National Kidney Foundation in the chat. I know there's a website you can go to, something.org, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put it up there so you guys can follow. All right, guys, we'll be right back on the afternoon show.
We're almost to the weekend, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Willie Wilson announces he's running for Chicago mayor. Person hospitalized in serious condition after fire in Streeterville high-rise. Water systems in 12 states targeted by cyber attacks. And Salad & Go closes all locations after bankruptcy filing. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
I'm Mike Iden with BIN News Now. The uncontained wildfires burning in Spokane, Washington is burning over 10,000 acres. The fires have also forced nearly 65,000 people to evacuate. The federal government has approved Washington Governor Bob Ferguson's request for FEMA assistance. The request includes funding for 6 counties and 3 tribal organizations. Over 20 Democrat-led states are urging the U.S. Supreme Court to block the Trump administration's new limits on mail-in ballots. The president wants the federal government to take control of voting by mail. The Supreme Court is expected to act within a few days. The murder trial of the man accused of killing Tupac Shakur is set to begin next week in Las Vegas. Dwayne Davis is accused of orchestrating the 1996 murder and faces life in prison without parole. If convicted, the trial is set to begin August 10th. Now back to Terry McCready.
President Trump says he's looking forward to Todd Blanche being confirmed as the next attorney general, especially now that GOP Senators John Cornyn and Tom Tillis have withdrawn their opposition after Blanche gave assurances in writing that a controversial fund is dead.
I thought it would be very fair for people that spent years in prison, people that were treated so badly, for in many cases people that did absolutely nothing wrong. So I view that fund as a positive.
The $1.8 billion fund would have been used to compensate January 6 defendants and others who say they were targeted by the DOJ. However, there is another complication in the action. Blanche's reported comments to anti-abortion activists appear to have cost him a vote. Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine announcing yesterday that she'll oppose Blanche's nomination, citing concerns with his record, including his vow to anti-abortion advocates that he would seek to prohibit the mailing of abortion medication to women nationwide. Missouri's Black Representative Wesley Bell defeating Black former Representative Cori Bush in the Democratic primary. Bell managed to fend off Bush's efforts to make the race a referendum on his support for U.S. aid to Israel. Bell's campaign, together with other allies, outspent Bush by a whopping 27-to-1 ratio, according to Ad Impact. United Democracy Project, the super PAC linked to the American Israel Public Affairs Committee spent $2 million. That included an ad that slammed Bush for being critical of former Vice President Kamala Harris and the Biden-Harris administration support for Israel. By the way, she did endorse Harris in the 2024 election.
We enforce the law. And because they're doing so, it's racism, but yet their death threats are up by 8,000%. Vehicular damage is up 3,300%. Assaults up 1,300%.
All right, DHS Secretary Markwayne Mullin testifying before the Homeland Security Committee back in June, but now the FBI won't be conducting a civil rights probe into the fatal shooting of a Colombian man in Biddeford, Maine last month. Johan Guerrero was killed by a federal immigration officer. The deadly ICE-involved encounter is the latest in a growing string of clashes between civilians and ICE agents conducting immigration enforcement surges nationwide. The Department of Homeland Security maintains the agent discharged his weapon fearing for public safety after Guerrero allegedly tried to flee from officers. Borders' Tom Homan has acknowledged the agent may not have been properly vetted. I'm Terry McCready for the Black Information Network.
Join us on Saturdays through September as the cash keeps stacking to get you loaded at Wind Creek Casino and Hotel. It's your chance to win a share of $200,000. Earn entries now. Drawings start at 7 p.m. every Saturday beginning August 8th, with winners taking home $5,000 to $20,000 each week, plus a guaranteed $30,000 winner each month. Don't miss your chance. Let's get loaded exclusively at Wind Creek. Find your winning moment. Must be 21 years or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Gospel with Pam Morris Walton, your gospel sister, on WVON Sundays, 11 to 2 p.m. Music to help you on your journey. I'll see you there. WVON.
This is Kamini Khan, certified financial planner professional. For the past year, I've been on a mission to change lives and build wealth in our community. Together, we're changing the paradigm. This year, I'm back with a new series, Wealth Strategies, Money Talks. Join me every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on the Rufus Williams Show as we have thoughtful discussions around building wealth in our community. We'll discuss topics like investing, savings, tax strategies, retirement, and all things money. Yes, that's Tuesday at 8:30 a.m., so set those alarms. Also, be sure to check out the podcast at WVONwealthshow.com.
Tomini Khan is a certified financial planner professional with Optimal Planning Partners in alliance with Equitable Advisors, LLC member SIPC in Oak Brook, Illinois. For more information, please call 630-575-5046.
What's up? Play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. And Ryan, downtown on 95th, slow go, 31 minutes. I-57, Ryan's I-80, slow go, 19 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan's I-80, 94, stop and go traffic due to road work, 26 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive, to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic, 38 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfton Post Office, stop and go traffic, 38 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic, 53 minutes. And Edens, Montrose Lake Cook, smooth sailing, 14 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Scattered showers and storms, 582 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible, 577 and a low of 67. It's feeling 81 degrees and cloudy. I'm Logan Page. That's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690.
From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
All right, guys, join us tomorrow, Thursday. You know, on Thursdays, we talk to Ted London, but not only are we talking to him, we're going to kick it with him.
Man, that's gonna be a
tomorrow,
blast.
August 6th, as WVON broadcasts live from the law offices of Theodore London at 1718 East
Theodore
87th
Ted
Street
London.
in Chicago.
What's that address again? I'm talking over you.
I know. I noticed. It's 1718 East 87th Street in Chicago. Matt McGill broadcasts live from noon to 3, followed by me and Ken, or should I say Ken and I, hosting the afternoon show from 3 to 6. Come for the conversation and stay for the music, fun, festivities, and mini carnival atmosphere. Well, he didn't tell me we were doing flips and stuff.
Wow.
Bring your family, bring your friends. I'm bringing my kids. And join the WVON team for an afternoon of community and celebration. Great music, big fun, real conversation. We'll see you tomorrow.
And real education.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I showed up at Ted's office today.
Unannounced?
Unannounced, right?
God
No, I
help
wasn't
us.
unannounced. I did talk to him. I told him, I said, I'm on my way because I wanted to do a walkthrough. I wanted to see where we were going to be at. And he was having his team meeting. There was another lawyer. She just got back from her lavish trip, I say. And that's because I love the fact that she was talking about what a beautiful time she had.
She
And
must have went to Africa.
I don't remember the part because I was on a sales call at the same time. But here's my point. There were some interns there.
Yes.
And for them to hear that excursion, that experience, and know that they made the right choice in their career choices, I love that. Because, who wants to, it's kind of hard to convince your children to do what you do when it's so damn hard. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But what I mean is, if I want my kids, like we talked yesterday about living
Yeah.
vicariously through our children.
Right. Your kids asked that.
But they're looking at you like, man, but you work so much that you never have time to enjoy the summer, go on vacation. But when they see you enjoying the career choice you made
That part.
and traveling and smiling and showing them joy, then it becomes an easier sale.
You know what? That's a powerful statement you just made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kids, parents, grandparents, even if your kids are adults, your grandkids, they need to see you happy.
Right.
Not some fake, nothing fake. But you need to and better start doing something positive and wonderful consistently for your damn self.
Right. That's why I got whoever sent me these scratch off tickets, one of them better be a winner because
That's crazy.
that's where I'll show some joy.
Before you take Marguerite, the Facebook Live, let me tell you, very, very interesting conversation. And can we try to respond to some of these?
Well,
Because
that means you want to put me to work.
Well, Cindy Gonzalez asked a very good question.
What did she say? My nephew needs a kidney. How does stem cell work with this? I've heard of the stem cell research. We'll have to hold that for the doctor when they come back. Absolutely.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
As Perez and Shank says, ask Alexa.
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 You can't get her mixed up, but she answers.
I got
anyway.
two chicks that I mess with, man. Siri and Alexa.
Yeah, there's a real Siri out there.
And then
somewhere.
GPS be bullying me around as well. I get all these
You
females
ever
giving me
You
direction.
ever call the wrong one the wrong name?
I do all the time. I get my females mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
My AI.
So you're on
chicks.
brand. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Someone else said, I'm not about proactive with drive and ambition when transitioning out of the war. Oh, this is from earlier when we were talking about saying thank you for your service and still being concerned about how society treats our military folk when they come back from the service.
Yeah. And Shirley G. Who's that? Can you move that?
Yeah.
No, not that way. Shirley Carter, shout out from Philadelphia, the LeBron James Philadelphia.
Yeah. He just bought he bought his home there.
Wow.
And
he's
had a
serious.
black broker.
That's good.
Yeah.
Duh.
It's all over
Oh,
social
listen,
media.
One thing that I really respect about LeBron James is he is unapologetically black in his professional approach. His agent is black. His team is black. He is, you can't say much negative about LeBron James because I love his new business sense. And you know what? If we're not connecting with each other on business scenarios, who will? Look at Attorney Ted London.
Yeah.
There's excellence amongst an abundance of excellence. And that's the position that I come from. So I really try to catch myself when I say black excellence. I speak of excellence.
Excellence, period.
That means black. And so when people say negative things about the community, I really don't have much to talk about as it relates to anything negative. So let's get Marguerite because
we got to get Marguerite.
We got to get Marguerite.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Hi, Marguerite. You're live on WVON.
Hi, Sister LaDonna, and hello, Brother Ken.
Hey, Marguerite.
He said my little brother.
And I would love it. Yeah, I like hearing the Facebook comments. So it's nice to name a name, put a name to their comments, so-and-so said.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
They ask me. Please give them, coverage as well, because some of us don't have privy to that.
Right.
And they like to be heard as well.
I love responding to it. I'm trying to rub off on Dr. LaDonna Ray.
It's funny you said that because I actually started it.
Really?
I started
Thank you.
responding. Thank you, Marguerite. You know it.
When was that?
started,
Back in 2019? Or?
No, I started it last year.
I respond to them too.
Good for you. I mean, you're supposed to, right?
Yeah,
It was like the veteran when you just read her question, even though it may be an hour late, still give a name to a veteran, soldier, so-and-so. They have a name.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And and then try to address it as early as possible because they may feel insulted being just now an hour addressing the subject talked about an hour ago.
Yes,
well, I'm glad you mentioned that. At the same time, sometimes there's a lot of moving parts and we can't get to it, but we definitely try to get to it and be respectful. Thank you, Marguerite.
You're welcome, and thank you. And yeah, it would be Ken and me because here's how my mother taught me how to remember. You would just say me if you were speaking of yourself. Now, when you're going to include somebody else, they will go first, and then you still would be the me.
Teach Marguerite.
That's true. That's on point. I tell you what, guys, we're going to go to traffic and weather. When we come back, looks like we got a guest.
A special
on the line.
guest.
Yeah, on the line. Thanks for letting me know.
Heads up.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
When it comes to celebrating our Chicagoland communities, Wintrust is here for. We're proud to support small businesses in our own backyards, like All United Imports Incorporated, imported foods from Africa, Jamaica, and the Caribbean islands, located at 2525 South Blue Island Avenue in Chicago. Nancy's Home Care, support for seniors, individuals with disabilities, and those facing terminal illness at 10146 Southwestern Avenue in Chicago.
This Friday, join WVON's Rufus Williams and Metra as WVON broadcasts live from Millennium Station from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We'll have special guests and WVON personalities on hand, bringing you the latest from Metra and the community. Metra is a safe, efficient, and clean way to travel throughout the Chicago region. And this year, Metra is celebrating 100 years of electrified transportation. That's this Friday, August 7th, from 7 to 9 a.m. Join WVON and Metra live from Millennium Station.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats, and get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Grab your crew and get on board with the Me Plus 3 special starting at $1,000 per person. This time, join the Foundation Fantastic Voyage 2025 cruise will be fun, entertaining, and this will be a once-in-a-lifetime event with seminars, fitness workouts, parades, concerts, and much more starting at $1,000. Call 214-495-1963 to book your Me Plus 3 cabin. Prices are based on 4 passengers in the cabin, so book today while they last and before cabins are sold out.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Slow go, 31 minutes. 957 Ryan to I-80, 2-minute delay, 17 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan to I-80, 94. Stop and go traffic due to roadwork, 28 minutes. Stevenson to Sample Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State. Stop and go traffic, 36 minutes. Eisner Wolf to Post Office. Stop and go traffic, 41 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare bumper to bumper traffic 58 minutes. And Eden's Montrose Cook smooth sailing 15 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, sunny and rainy with scattered showers and storms, high of 82 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible, high of 77 and a low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. I'm Logan Page, and that's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
All right, it's August. And that means that Vaughn TV is inviting you to feed your mind, renew your spirit, challenge your perspective. Watch Bound and Woven with Rufus Williams, Serenity, Strength, and Style with Sylvia Ewing and Friends, and 2 powerful documentaries, Wronged, The Maurice Carter Story, and Behind Our Walls, exploring justice, resilience, and the power of second chances. Watch anytime on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV Plus, the WVON app, or at Vaughn.tv. That's VON.tv. Vaughn TV, for the culture, by the culture.
Wow, you have such a radio voice.
Thank you.
So that was such an informative and highly educational presentation that Jackie Burgess Bishop gave from the National Kidney Foundation. Very informative, and community, we need to be on top of this. But what's important for us to know is these wonderful ideas and initiatives come from state lawmakers, and that one was from State Representative Maurice.
What is it that she said that you're talking about?
I'm talking about the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois task force that was created by none other than my very own State Senator Maddie Hunter. Let's welcome her for on the live line. It's State Senator Maddie Hunter. What's good?
Hi, Senator. Welcome.
Hey, Ken. Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Swell-tastic.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. So,
thank you. I'm sorry I'm late. I was in a meeting.
That's all good. Well, listen, we're glad you chimed in because what State Representative Maurice West did out of Rockford and you here in Bronzeville and downtown, my state senator of the 3rd district, it's just a matter of appreciation, Senator. What inspired you to come up with that kidney task force and it's such a comprehensive approach?
Well, you know what happened was that, well, first of all, my late mother was a diabetic and then became a kidney patient. and she passed away before she could get a transplant.
Wow.
And then I had a niece that died because she could not get a transplant. And then, you know, as you drive around the city, every time you turn around, there's a kidney
Dialysis every damn where.
everywhere. And I thought that it was only in the Black community. And so I started driving around to the white community, and I saw the same thing. I said, what the hell is
everywhere.
going on out here? You know? And so I contacted Jackie and all of them, and I was invited to an event that they had, and I met some other folks from the hospital over at Northwestern and Rush, you know. And so I got together with Rep. Maurice West up in Rockford and Senator Belt down in East St. Louis, because I don't know if you remember, Ken, but Senator James Claiborne and Belt both had kidney transplants.
Yes, I forgot about Claiborne.
That?
Yes.
Yeah. And so Claiborne couldn't find a match. So they checked his son out, and one of his sons was a match, and one of his sons gave him his kidney.
Yes, I know. Yep.
Yeah, and so Atiba, God bless him. How's he doing? Because Atiba was on our was a member of our task force as well. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's what our guest told us. Jackie Burgess just told us that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's doing well. He's recovering successfully, I like to put it. And he's up walking around, of course. And he took an Uber by himself just a few days ago. Yeah. So I'm really happy to hear that he's doing well.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. Yeah. So you know, that's why we did it, and we took our show on the road. We had a hearing here in Chicago, and it was live so that people it was virtual and it was live so that people can testify in person and virtually. And then we took it to Rockford, and actually in Representative West Church. He's a minister. He and his father are both ministers, and we had a hearing in their church. And then we also took it all the way down to East St. Louis.
Awesome.
And had it, just so that we can make sure that people in different communities throughout the state. And we also had the final one was in the Capitol in Springfield, you know. And so we just wanted people to have an opportunity to testify or to hear what their story was. And so we did that. That was our goal, and we accomplished our goal. And we had plenty of experts. I'm sure Jackie Burgess mentioned that she herself and Monica are both experts in the field, and we rely on them for a lot of information.
You know, since the task force was created, and in case I missed it in what you just said, what are some of the biggest accomplishments that have resulted from this? What changes have Illinois residents already been, or should I say already seen, because of how this works?
Yeah, so one of the major changes was it's easier for somebody to get on the list because of the task force and the awareness. We brought awareness to the issues of the Black community. And I was one of the major advocates saying that we cannot get people qualified on this list. And so some changes were made. Northwestern kidney office, I can't think of the doctor's name, who's the muckety muck over there, who is the transplant expert over there, the sister.
Sure.
And she took the lead, and so they made some changes, and so now it's much easier for folks to get on the list and to get transplants now. So that was one of our major accomplishments.
That's a big accomplishment.
You know, yeah. And so, and then just promoting awareness, you know, talking to people, allowing people to hear their story. I mean, you know, because so many people don't have the information for whatever reason. And so that's why I love to have hearings. I like to hold hearings all over the state. I like to I call it taking the show on the road, and task force members show up, and we just get in our cars, and we schedule these hearings. We get the word out in the local communities through the social media and the major media, and we have folks to come out, to our and we have so many experts on our task force. Many of them came from over there at Cook County Hospital, Northwestern University, Jackie, the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois, or Chicago rather. And we just have a task force full of nothing but experts in every area that you can imagine as it relates to kidney disease.
Well, thank you so much, Senator Maddie Hunter. We appreciate you coming on and furthering this conversation, letting people know what the benefits have been and what in a way looking forward and looking up. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she's always been on top.
I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all having a dialogue on this subject matter. Thank you all very much.
You're welcome. All right, guys, we're going to go to news, traffic, and weather. And Marguerite, we see you. Marguerite, again?
Marguerite, yeah, she got some knowledge to drop.
Oh, it says she didn't finish her thought. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go to news, traffic, and weather. When we come back, we're going to finish with all of you. 773-591-1690.
Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here it's happening in your local and national news. Local businessman Willie Wilson will make another run for mayor of Chicago. The 78-year-old entrepreneur has made 3 previous attempts for the 5th floor office at City Hall. Wilson declared his candidacy for Chicago mayor today with CBS 2 Chicago. He is known for his giveaways of gas and groceries. The formal announcement is scheduled for Monday. In other news, one person is hospitalized in serious condition after a high-rise building in downtown Chicago. The blaze started last night on the 400 block of East Ohio Street. The blaze was located inside a unit. At least 5 ambulances came to the scene. The cause of the fire is under investigation. In other news, at least 12 states have reported cyber attacks on water systems, with experts investigating possible links to Iran. Officials say the attacks appear focused on disrupting operations, such as reducing water pressure rather than contaminating supplies. 2 New Jersey water systems were affected and switched to manual controls, but officials say there was no interruption to drinking water service. A federal investigation into the attacks is ongoing. And Salad & Go is permanently shutting down all of its locations after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The Southwest salad chain withdrew to more than 70 stores since launching in 2013, cited rising costs and business challenges. The company said a recent cyclospore outbreak, though not linked to Salad & Go, also affected consumer confidence in the industry. Tuesday marked the chain's final day serving customers. I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
Ada S. McKinley provides behavioral and mental health services at 4 Southside clinics. They serve people of all ages with a strong focus on therapy, counseling, and youth crisis. Their counselors and mental health professionals are well-trained and experienced in treating problems caused by emotional distress and/or trauma. To schedule an appointment, call 312-761-1099 or visit adasmckinley.org.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, inviting you to join me weekdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on WVON. I am bringing you a national perspective on all the happenings in the Black community and, of course, politics. It's talk radio for us, by us, and this is where America listens.
It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays from 6 to 9 p.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Greetings, WVON family. It's your brother and friend, Bomani Obadeli of the Activist Hour. Join me on Saturday mornings as we discuss a holistic and public health approach to addressing community violence. We will also be discussing ways that we can create a safe, peaceful, economically thriving, and healthy communities. Join me Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. on WVON for the Activist Hour.
You never know who's going to stop by WVON.
We're talking about none other than Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane, welcome to WVON.
I'm glad to be here.
Joining us on the live line is Dr. Umar. Welcome to the show, Dr. Umar.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. Good afternoon, Chicago.
Reverend Al Sharpton, welcome back to the Cleopatra Show.
Thank you. Always glad to be with you on the Cleopatra Show, one of the best that did it.
We are the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, inviting you to join me weekdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on WVON. I am bringing you a national perspective on all the happenings in the Black community and, of course, politics. It's talk radio for us, by us, and this is where America listens.
It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays from 6 to 9 p.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
WVON is more than a radio station. We're your connection to Black America. That means we're everywhere. On Facebook at WVON, on Instagram at WVON, and on the WVON app. WVON is everywhere.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Hey Chicago, hey, I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. In Ryan, downtown on 95th, stop and go traffic. 25 minutes. I-57 Ryan to I-80, stop and go traffic 16 minutes. Update Dan Ryan, downtown 95th. Stop and go traffic 35 minutes. I-57 Ryan to I-80, 2-minute delay, 16 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan to I-80, 94. Stop and go traffic due to road work, 30 minutes. Stevenson to Sambal Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic 38 minutes. Eisenhower Wolf to Post Office is at a snail speed 41 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic 59 minutes. And Eden's Montrose Cook, smooth sailing 16 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, scattered showers and storms. I have 82 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible. I have 77 and a low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees in our city and cloudy. I'm Logan Page, and it's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
I'm addicted to the it's addiction of a bed. Be scared when it goes down. Tell me now. Only thing that's on my mind.
Man, Friday. Boy, I can't wait till Friday. I'm off that day. Yeah, I don't have to come in the studio. I could just run to Metra with Rufus early in the morning. This Friday, join WVON's Rufus Williams and Metra at WVON broadcast live from Millennium Station from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. We'll have special guests and WVON personalities on hand, bringing you the latest from Metra and the community. Metra is a safe, efficient, and clean way to travel throughout the Chicago region. And this year, Metra is celebrating 100 years of electrified transportation. That's this Friday, August 7th, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join WVON and Metra live from Millennium Station. You'll be there, Ken?
Absolutely.
Oh, are you serious? I'm going to hold you to it.
Wait, where are we going? We're on the train.
You said yes.
I love taking the train to the south suburbs.
Yeah.
West.
Well, you're right. 'Cause
Big
that's where it'll
difference
go.
between Metra South and Metra going north, baby.
What's the difference?
You ever get off at Lake Forest,
Okay.
or Kenilworth, you will see a dichotomy. I'm happy to see that there are new terminals, new train stations. Like, I think I got in the one at Harvey or Hazelcrest. Hazelcrest sounds like, but it's like sort of about time stations that are coming about.
Okay.
On the South Suburbs.
All right. So look, I used to take the Metra to Schaumburg when I lived out there.
Really?
It was an hour ride, and I had my laptop and my internet, and it was so much work that I got done because there was no interruption.
I love your hair. Oh my gosh, I love your hair.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
No, not even accidentally. No, don't touch my hair.
Is that your complexion?
Is that yours? Okay. I got something for you.
Wow, you're so beautiful.
Thank you. I'll take that
I'm
one.
saying what they used to say to you, not me.
You're saying it. I know it. Don't hide it. Let's go ahead and grab Marguerite so she can finish her
Marguerite.
because we got to get into this
Marguerite got some more info to give us.
celebration of the 60th. Go ahead, Marguerite, real quick.
I think Margaret, aren't you my Sora?
Say what?
Aren't you my? You a Zeta?
No, I'm not. I'm not Greek at all.
Okay.
Marguerite,
And
go ahead.
It's
Don't
so
pay
hard
him
for
any
me to choose
attention.
because of the love that I have for some in particular. If they could just combine them all, then I probably would be.
There you go.
Because I love them so. And you all talk about so many things. So by the time I get to, okay, anyway, because Metro, I love Metro too.
Hey, Marguerite, sound like you had a margarita.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead,
would like
Go
one. I
ahead,
would love one.
Marguerite.
Okay, what it is, Sister LaDonna, anyone I guess 50 or 55 and older, and even young people too, because it's time for the percolator. There was a certain dance they did to that song. I was just saying that too. The song that you played or that was played,
Rocksteady.
Yes, by Queen Aretha. We did the Tighten Up, and if anybody else remembers the name of the dance or other dances that was done to that song, in particular, call in with them. But I remember the Tighten Up. That's what you did to that song. And
Yes.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
You know,
Yeah,
saying
and
tighten up. It's called the tighten up.
okay, so you did it in your hips. You went round, and then let's say to the right, and then another round, and a jerk to the left, and tighten up, and then you had your arms moving, kind of like a cha-cha-cha, but you stood in place. And then your feet went out with it, and then your feet, right, and then round in the torso.
I get it.
Pelvic area, and then the left foot. Yeah, so there were certain dances you did to certain songs, and I hadn't even thought of that. I was just listening to the music, but then when you said how you all had to learn a routine to that song,
Yeah, we did.
I'm like, well, yeah, there was a certain dance we did when that song automatically came on.
Marguerite, you should send us a video.
Yeah, thank
of
you,
giving us
Marguerite.
demonstrations.
That
Yeah,
would
there
be
you
a good
go.
idea.
All
okay,
right.
and I'll get off, and thank you for taking my call.
Thank you.
We love you. You my girl.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so I don't want to leave without talking about this real quick. And Darva, don't hang up because I know she's got something for us.
You know, Darva's always
Today,
dropping knowledge.
just so you know, today, August 5th, marks exactly 60 years since Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. marched into Marquette Park to confront housing discrimination and segregation in Chicago. And let's be clear. Dr. King, not only did he march in Birmingham, Montgomery, and Selma, he came right here to Chicago.
Yes, he did.
Because racism did not stop at the Mason-Dixon line. In the North, it wore a suit, it worked at the bank, and controlled the real estate office and decided who could live in which block.
And in the military.
Absolutely. You know all of this. If you think about what, I guess you can say, knowing that even history starts here or it doesn't end here. Chicago is such a high profile city that I believe sometimes we take for granted. A lot has happened here and we can still grab it by the oyster and make it, a lot more beneficial to the residents
or the keister.
I was trying to be polite. Okay. I was trying to be polite. But let's not forget about redlining. Okay. Redlining here, as you hear all the time, there's always a connotation that Chicago has been the most segregated city that people have ever been to.
That's so American.
What do you mean? You don't think it's
no,
true?
You know what? It's 1,000% true. And it still is to this damn day.
And where you live is where?
None your business.
Do you think that it's discrimination where you are?
All right, now you're just making a broad statement. Discrimination of what?
Of housing. Do you think there's housing discrimination?
There's, I don't know exactly. There is a economic dichotomy that exists.
But have you ever been in Marquette Park? You ever lived there?
No.
All right. So listen, when people hear the phrase redlining, all they think about is the segregation of where people could live.
That was sanctioned by the federal government.
Absolutely, it was. It was an official policy. Maps were drawn and the banks were told that Black families could only live in certain areas. The color used on those maps were red. If you lived inside those red lines, your chances of getting a mortgage, a business loan, or even homeowners insurance dropped dramatically.
Were abysmal.
Absolutely. So this brings me to another point. You know that they're talking about removing the question of education from job applications. And I think they need to remove about 4 more questions as well, including your zip code, including your name, including your gender. Don't worry about it. You need to know that I am applicant, what I say, 533, period. That's as far as we need to go. But this all started in the 1930s, where the federal government, through the Homeowners Loan Corporation, created maps that graded neighborhoods for lending risk. Green was the best, blue still desirable, yellow definitely declining, and red was hazardous. Banks often refuse to make mortgage loans in red-lined neighborhoods.
Mortgages, business loans, the whole nine. And see, when you have, cowards or ignorant folks saying there is no argument over you shouldn't give reparations. Reparations help repair. We gave reparations to former slave owners, owners of human beings. They got reparations
of us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were made whole and they committed the atrocities. And the reality is reparations can be, the state of Illinois has a reparations commission. I learned when I was at the Black Women's Expo. And I was just blown away. They had, it's a very nice looking young lady. She was holding up the booth, if you will. I want to see the results of that task force immediately because, and here's what white America needs to understand plainly. Denial is not the solution. Pay the reparations. We get anywhere from $5 to $10 million per person, per family. We got it. Because we're dropping billions a day with this Iran foolishness.
Iran, y'all.
Iraq, all these conflicts.
Iraq.
We spend billions aimlessly. And guess what? All it's going to do is stimulate the economy. Right? And so I am so anxious to get to the presidential debates of 27 and 28. And we're going to talk about reparations, even the gubernatorial debates. Wow. So those are conversations that must be had because evidence, receipts are in abundance here in America.
Well, I still want to give credit to Dr. King for his march in Marquette Park. Number one, he was hit by an angry mob in the back of the head with a rock because he was fighting and protesting redlining and housing discrimination.
Can you believe that?
So shout it out today, guys. These are things that we cannot forget, will not forget, and must not forget.
Absolutely.
We're going to go to traffic and weather. And when we come back, we'll grab those phone calls on the other side. Right here on the afternoon show.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This August, renew your spirit only on Vaughn TV. Watch Behind Our Walls, a powerful documentary following incarcerated men pursuing a college education through the Calvin Prison Initiative. It's an inspiring story of determination, redemption, and the transformative power of second chances.
There's a lot of bad things that happen in prison. It's a dark place. You have all the time in the world. So you can either become a better human being or you become a worse human being. And the choice is yours.
Then spend time with Serenity, Strength, and Style with Sylvia Ewing and friends. Uplifting conversations about wellness, self-care, resilience, and living with intention. August on Vaughn TV offers stories that stay with you long after they're over. Watch on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, the WVON app, or at Vaughn.tv. Vaughn TV, for the culture, by the culture.
Chicago officially has the worst traffic in the country. Get out of gridlock with Metra. With our 95% on-time rate, we eliminate the stress of driving and get you where you're going quickly, comfortably, and safely. Metra. Drive less, do more.
When it comes to celebrating our Chicagoland communities, Wintrust is here for it. We're proud to support small businesses in our own backyards, like Anderson's Bookshops, with locations at 123 West Jefferson Avenue in Naperville and 5112 Main Street in Downers Grove. La Fruteria Incorporated, imported foods from Africa and the Caribbean, located at 8909 South Commercial Avenue in Chicago. Kitchen and Bath Authority, exquisite collections of bathroom accessories and more at 611 West Roosevelt Road in Wheaton.
I'm your Magnolia Blues man, Sir Henry Cheatham, inviting you to join us.
Tell me.
WVON 1690 for some real American music and culture. Here on Classic Blues and R&B. Check us out Saturday, 11 p.m. until 2 a.m. on WVON and Classic Blues and R&B.
It's Rufus Williams.
The radio keeps our ear to the pavement so we know what's going on in the community. And I got to say, what and how you've been doing it as my frat brother, but more importantly, what VON does, you are the new Ebony Jet that keeps our community connected.
Well, thanks. That's a huge compliment.
Weekdays at 7 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by Jewel Osco. Shop Jewel Osco and catch the savings on seafood. Fresh Atlantic salmon fillets are $5.99 a pound. Limit 10 pounds. Plus, Waterfront Bistro 26 to 30 count easy peel raw shrimp is also $5.99 a pound. Limit 4 pounds.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page and hope you're staying dry in Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, stop and go traffic, and there is an accident reported. Dan Ryan before 18th Street, 25 minutes. I-57, Ryan to I-80, slow go, 17 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan to I-80, 94, stop and go traffic due to road work, 24 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive, to the Tri-State, stop and go traffic, 37 minutes. Eisenhower, Waldo Post Office, stop and go traffic, 43 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic, 56 minutes. And Eden's, Chris Cook, smooth sailing, 15 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago, scattered showers and storms, high of 82 and a low of 65. Tomorrow, a few storms possible, high of 77 and a low of 67. It's currently 81 degrees and cloudy. I'm Logan Page, and that's your traffic and weather update on WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
I love this song. Every time I hear it, I get hyped. The afternoon show, that's right, on your way home, on your ride home, I tell you that. Thank you so much for tuning in with us, WVON, 63 years and counting. And you know something, we're on the move all the time. And we need some volunteers, guys. We would love to have you join our team so that you can kick it with us whenever we're out and about and learn the business of radio. How about that? Just send an email if you're interested to volunteer@WVON.com. All right, let's go straight to the phone lines. Before we went to break, we were talking about today being the anniversary when Dr. Martin Luther King marched into Marquette Park right here in Chicago. So let's go to the phone lines. Hey, Darva, thank you so much for waiting. You're live on WVON.
God bless you, my beautiful brother and sister. I thank you for being who you are. You are some great people. And I did read about that today about Martin Luther King and when he said he had sent his people to a burning building. And he has never seen this much racism even in the South. And so I do understand, because it's getting worse and worse and worse in Chicago, which is one of the most racist city in America, in my opinion. But I wanted to say that it's getting kind of heated out in the community on the political trail. Me and my people, we're out here every place. It's going to be a race that that we won't be able to trace, and I think that we're going to find a lot of people to replace some of these people. And I'm praying that it don't get ugly, because getting signatures for people, it's rough. I don't want to mention names and things, but it's rough.
All right, guys. We definitely got to register to vote. Thank you so much, Darva.
Thank you,
Appreciate
baby.
you.
God bless you.
Same to you. All right, let's go to Ron, popcorn style, real quick. Ron, you're on WVON 1690.
Yeah, and Darva did say, but Dr. King said when he came here, he saw and experienced racism, unlike even more than the South. But it wasn't that incident. It was the slum lords the decay, the bad housing. See, so it wasn't just that incident when he was talking about the racism. You mentioned redlining, bad food. See, he saw all of that racism as far as how black people were getting treated here in Chicago and a lot of cities in the north. So
that's right. Thank you, Ron. All right, let's go to Jay. Jay, real quick, what you got for us? WVON, you're live.
Good evening, guys. How are you today?
Swell-tastic.
Excellent.
Good. I hear people say, like the young lady said about Chicago being the most segregated, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't even exist today. The way they segregate you today is by the dollar.
Yes.
So you look in a community, for instance, black people on the South Side always talking about Beverly. Oh, Beverly's so great. Well, some of these other neighborhoods make Beverly look like trash. So that's how they segregate you today. And when people think, they hear the politicians saying, oh, I'm coming, we're going to work on this affordable housing. Well, the affordable housing is the $2,000 a month. The $2,000 a month for rent. Because in these other places, they're paying $5,000, $7,000. So
I don't, you know what, Jay?
Jay is 100%
I mean,
correct.
he's on the side. Thank you, Jay. But here's what I want to say. I hear Karen say this all the time. I hear some people call in all the time and they say, what's up with the trash on the street? And, I'm really starting to rethink how my perspective is looking at different neighborhoods, right? I don't like boarded up buildings. And then when those buildings are boarded up, they just decay. Grass is growing through the cement. All around, the vegetation is taking over the building and it looks disinvested. But the owners of those properties should be responsible for the upkeep, even if they're not renting it out, number one. Number two, the same thing in our neighborhoods and communities. If there's trash on the ground, I just saw someone yesterday and I almost got in trouble a few years back. Somebody told me they could have had a gun. And I was like, hey, stop throwing trash. They just open up the window and take the Harold's chicken or
and
whatever.
Throw it all on the street.
Just all on the street and then pull off.
Women.
Right.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's some grown mess.
That is some grown
in our
mess.
community that must be addressed.
So it doesn't matter how much the rent is. It doesn't matter how much the property taxes are. The people that are throwing the trash on the ground have to stop throwing the trash on the ground. And the people that are stepping over it and saying, I didn't put it there, are going to have to pick it up. And that's the bottom line. So when and those boarded up buildings, you're going to have to say something. Because to allow those buildings to look the way they do, you would frown up and down in certain communities if somebody didn't edge their grass, let alone cut it. So why would you allow a building that is not occupied to continue to be boarded up where the boards start curling and fading and looking even worse than they did when they got started?
It is. And that's why it's good to have active and nosy neighbors. Just checking people, but by and large, the city of Chicago and obviously a lot of suburbs, they can be very, very responsive in terms of overgrown lawns and vacant buildings. I have to say the city has improved in that regard. So, but it's really you,
Mustafa, real quick,
and don't ever be afraid to check somebody when they're out of pocket.
Absolutely,
where you live.
Well, it's not checking them; it's how you check them. Mustafa, real quick, 20 seconds.
Real quick, get well, Ativa. I've been praying for you, brother.
Yes.
Real quick, we got to solve our own racism. When we see it, we got to stop it and be successful. You know what I'm saying? And remember the word no.
All right. I love it. Thank you.
So let me ask you right here before he goes. See,
it's 5:58.
I'm
not playing.
Your cutoff game is no joke.
I told you I'm on probation. I got to be on time with my breaks.
Mm-hmm.
You can go over the break. We'll see what you do on Friday. Okay.
Tomorrow's your Friday.
Tomorrow's my Friday.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, guys, I want to thank all of our callers, no matter how rude you thought we were or felt we were.
Don't put me in that. You're controlling the
I'm not,
phones.
but the board controls the phones. So I want to thank everybody for, just listening and calling in and putting their comments in. We really appreciate that. We love you. We appreciate you. And we can't wait to see you tomorrow at Ted London's office.
Well, 1718 East 87th Street, right off of Stony, east of Stony.
So this will be your second live.
Third?
Because
Yeah.
I thought I was your first.
Well, you're my first.
You lied to me.
You are my first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were at the Black Women's Expo.
Yeah, it was
totally
so
you
awesome.
didn't lie to me. You didn't lie to me. Okay, because
Never.
I don't like being lied to, man. I go crazy. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here on time. Thank you so much. We love you. 63 years of WVON.
Yes.
Tell more people to tell more people. Shout out to Mr. Cozy Williams. Absolutely. Guys, we're out. That's it for the afternoon show. I'm dragging this out. No, I'm not. Just kidding. Bye, Ken. LaDonna
Later,
Ray.
doctor.
Bye-bye for now.
Good evening, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Severe storms threaten Midwest with heavy rain. Global anti-Semitism raises concerns for Jewish communities worldwide. Today, we remember the 1966 Marquette Park March.